intro. Alright, so we got version 2.0 of Sultai Shadow Rogues. Deck we tried out yesterday a little bit. Had a 3-2 league. Felt like we could have done better. The deck was pretty sweet. Had some really good games with it. Just came up a little bit short here and there. So made a few adjustments and we're trying it again. Some of the changes we made were we cut the Grim Flayers from yesterday's iteration and instead are running an extra Inquisition of Kozilek and these extra Inquisition and a single copy of Stubborn Denial, and then we cut the 20th land for one copy of Dark Confidant. Just give us a little more grindy potential. This is kind of where we're at. In the sideboard, Collector Oof was really great for us against Tron. Decided to keep that in there for today as well. Added a copy of Crime Punishment. We've been seeing a lot of Affinity, a lot of Hammer Time. Really great sweeper effect against those decks. And we're trying out Surgical Extraction today. We had all spell bombs yesterday, and there were a few times where milling our opponent over with our Enforcers and Thought Thieves was really awkward against Murktide decks. Murktide, Living In, things like that. And I want to see if the Surgicals help that. Also great against the Rhino decks. Any sort of big combo deck. But there's a chance that this third Surgical needs to be a second spell bomb, but we're going to try it out as is just to see if Surgical is a card that we want access to. And the best way to do that is to run more copies of it and see if we see it. So Stream Decker should be updated. Jump in. Rogue's confirmed broken. Rogue's best thing you can be doing in Modern. Your opponent plays out a Ragavan, you look them in the eyes and say, is that a monkey rogue? No, didn't think so. Oh, Steven, you might appreciate this. I went through the YouTube video and threw everything into playlists. Now, if you want Jund Shadow content, you can come straight to the Jund Shadow playlist and see leagues, challenges, whatever else. And just go straight through all the Jund Shadow videos. Alright, what do we think? Only kept 7. Second land would be nice. I think I'm gonna ship this. I do like this hand better. Got a bunch of looks at a second land. Choose if we want a Thieves Guild or Inquisition on turn 1. I think we'll just... Chalice. Alright. So we do have Assassin's Trophy to take out a Chalice. Not the worst thing in the world. We're up against some sort of Urza deck. God. Assuming just Chalice. deck. We can pass here. That's a lot of emotes. I'm impressed. Let's see, can I match this in any amount? Am I doing it right? Spyglass. So I know I need to fetch. Got a breeding pool in the deck.
Yeah.
I have no activated abilities currently, so I think Spyglass is fine. Flexing with the extra emote. Well, I gotta shuffle through, like, once we get up more subs, we'll be able to open up more emotes to everybody. Which one's extra right now? The Scourge, I think. Yeah. The medium, you got to put the exclamation before the deck list. There you go. You got it. I really hope opponents like Googling to try to figure out what they should name off this Spyglass. Also, does this only... Yeah, so if they name Mishra's Bauble, it cuts off their own bauble as well. Name Verdant Catacombs. Which means you know what's on top of our deck. Guaranteed, just... Don't even show it to me. Got him. So they are Thopter Foundry deck, so Urza, all the fun stuff. I'm probably going to end up Assassin's Trophying this Chalice into turn just so I can get down Thieves Guild Enforcer. Just like up the clock. The last two cards are Second Island and Silver Bluff Bridge. So if they draw dead this turn, I take out the Chalice, get the Enforcer down. Urza or something. EE on 2. Sure. So we're still trophying Chalice. Got a bit of a clock going. Goblin Engineer, another Whir Invention. They can pop their EE here. Got it. so am I decaying anything? Chalice. But they're gonna blow up their spyglass anyway with EE. I don't really want to aim anything at that. Yet again, we're able to dodge the dreaded Verdant Catacombs draw. Oh. Ain't so. Alright. Boring Thought Thief, drown in the lock. And you answer them. I guess we need to do something about that. Rogues are in fact back for round 2. Oh no! No! I clicked through it. Dang. Alright. Fine. Fine. Maybe. Hopefully. That one. Hopefully it's fine. Yeah. Okay. Okay, our punt didn't matter. So, surgical's pretty good here. Cell bomb's not bad. E's good. K trophy. Do I want collector roof here? Probably not. Well, I guess it does stop Thopter sword, so yeah. I can board out a bobble. I'm not too worried about them having having the nombo of Collector Oof and EE or Collector Oof and Bobble or whatever. Because if I have any of my hate pieces, I'm stopping them. They have to answer my hate pieces to go off, in which case my other hate piece is just live. What do I want to board in? Board out. Could trim out a bit on the rogue package. Like they showed Chalice. We can cut a little bit there. They showed Emery and Engineer. So maybe I don't want to board so much out of Seal. I think Seal's fine. Alright, something like that. Trim down on the rogues. Alright. We've got an answer to a quick Emery. Sultai. Sultai. Pretty good. Come on, Emery. Come on, Emery. Alright. Emery. Alright. Let's get a Thought Thief going. Just so you can, like, sack a bauble to make a dude. This game might hurt, but this is like them seeing best possible draws. Like turn 2 Chalice into Thopter Foundry. Pretty rough for us. We've got Drowns, we've got Surgicals to draw to. Countering that. Snapcaster. So Snapcaster will be pretty good after the next land. Like, as long as we don't flip over a Sword of the Meek off this Thought Thief. Not bad there. We can interact with Urza now. That. Engineer. Gotta counter this so they can't search for a Sword of the Meek. 4th land. We'll take it. Assuming at this point, they gotta know something's up if we're not going to search for a, or not add Lurrus to our hand. Thy Master Thopters. Is your last card a Metallic Rebuke? Right? So I'm gonna bobble myself here. Just in case I see like a another Drowning Lock on top. I want to hold that up instead of going for Lurrus. And I think Abrupt Decay is enough to make me want to not go for Lurrus as well. I think I'd rather be able to like Abrupt Decay Chalice or Thopter Foundry on their instep. Or in response to something. Am I just going after the Chalice? Yeah. Fetch land's good. Let's go push here. Swing with Snapcaster. Do I want to fetch shock, play Shadow? Do I want to just add Luris? Hold up fetch land for like Urza. Up fetch land for Urza. So I could EE, blow up the construct, attack, get Bobble from the yard. I could EE for 2, blow up the Foundry, play a Shadow. I think 2, take out the Foundry, play a Shadow is better. If that's the case, I want to attack with Snapcaster. So if they block, I get to kill the construct. If they don't block, I just get the free 2 damage. Yep. Self. So next turn I can Luris, EE for 0, blow up all the tokens. Yep. Can't currently spin Urza. All right, opponent. Got. Alright, so next turn I could Luris, get back Bobble, crack it, turn on Revolt, push the Urza, have a lethal attack. Could also like Snapcaster from the yard with Luris, drown in the lock the Urza. Bunch of options. God. Date this bad. That was Jeskai, Urza. I guess we'll just put like blue, white, X, Urza. Gotta update all those matches from yesterday. Guess I can kind of do that while we play. Because I can go insert plug here. I can go to the YouTube channel where we've got everything dated or time-stamped and categorized. And I can see what all we played against. If I know what to add to the matchup guide. So we played against White X Temurate. Beat that one. We played against lost that one. This deck looks nuts. Deck's pretty fun. I'll definitely say that. I think it's got a lot of decent game to it. Ghost Quarter Aether Vial. So I'm assuming taxes. If that's the case, let's lead on Inquisition here. I don't think there's another Ghost Quarter Aether Vial deck outside of taxes. Seachrome Coast. What does Seachrome Coast tell me? Pretty positive it's not spirits, but been wrong before and I'll be wrong again. Let's take Giver. That way we can Inquisition the Skyclave and play out a Thieves Guild next turn. This is like such an awful hand from them. I guess we're just double hand disrupting. Or do I want to go ahead and get the Thieves Guild Enforcer down? Like I kind of want to get the Enforcer. Just kind of say, if you want to Solitude my Enforcer, you got a 2-for-1 yourself to do that, and I've got a Thoughtseize for the other Solitude. I like that. I also wonder if they're going to take this vial all the way up to 5. Jeskai taxes. Yeah, I'm playing the Tarmogoyf here. Again, they can 2-for-1 themselves to Solitude. Or they can just naturally hit all of their land drops. Okay. A Solitude gone. Other Solitude gone. So, 1 Solitude left. I do appreciate that they just ran through 4 straight lands to be able to hard cast a Solitude on turn 5. That was pretty good out of them. Good value. Round you. Now Thieves Guild. Still one. It's counted. No. But after this Thalia comes down, we'll be able to attack for 3 with the Thieves Guild. Yep. I wonder if they have Fury. Because they ticked up Vile to 5 even after they lost Solitude. But it might be they just don't have a 4th land or a 4-drop in their deck. So just taking up to 5 is like better than leaving it 4 because they do have a 4th Solitude, I'm assuming. At Luris next turn. Son of a myriad. This comes in tapped, right? Supposed to play this out. Means they can, yeah, they can tech edge, but if they tech edge, they're likely not doing anything else. And I just get to like present lethal next turn. It could tech edge my Catacombs. That's fine. Edge my Watery Grave. Got it. So I can fetch shock. Fatal push the Archon. Hold up Stubborn Denial in case for some reason I get to hit a like another prismatic ending. All right, what you got? In case I get to hit another prismatic ending. Ooh. You just gotta know that your opponent's always gonna have it. Makes playing Magic so much easier. Alright. What am I board again? Is Solitude enough for me to want Void Mirror? Probably not. EE's good. A's good. Trophies. Okay. Punishment's probably good enough. It's the deck where you look at our list. You mean like the deck tech option, the channel point option? Yeah, deck tech's where I'll check it out and give my opinion and feedback. Just have to put a little asterisk in there. Like if it's not a shadow deck, I can't guarantee that I'm gonna have like the most knowledgeable opinion of it, but I'll still check it out. Alright, so I'm trimming a couple Drown in the Locks because of Rest in Peace. Not gonna bring in Crime Punishment. They're a little varied on CMC. Pull my last cut. There's like a seal removal. I got a lot of good ETBs. It's a shadow deck. It's 4-color. Well, yeah, if you redeem that channel point option, I'll be happy to take a look at it. Give my 2 cents. There's the deck tech. All right, let's take a look. 4-color shadow, 2 something copy. All right, so we've got 20 lands. Looking at red green base, splash blue, splash red black base, splash green, splash red. Or splash green, splash blue. Crypt, Overgrown Tomb. I never like Steam Vents in these builds, because like you always want Blood Crypt early. And I get that Steam Vents pairs with Overgrown Tomb. We'll finish up the deck tech after this match. Not gonna skip out on it. Alright, what do we think here? Am I keeping this on the basis of second land and it's great? Yes. Easy. I thought seizing. Sanctum Prelate. Alright, take the Arbiter. That way I can play something out turn 2. Now, do I want a Ghost Quarter? I think I'm just gonna end up getting like a basic Swamp and flashing in a Thought Thief.
I guess we all have future pants.
Like, Prelate can shut down
And the next day.
Fatal Push.
And the day after that.
But ultimately, that's kind of fine. Yep.
And the day after that. And the day after that.
Gonna kind of mill for a bunch.
I guess we all have future pants. They're pants we're going to wear tomorrow. And the next day.
Find another fetchling.
And the day after that.
Like to double spell. Okay. So I can flash in Thought Thief. Go to block. Yep. So now if I find a fetch land, I can Abrupt Decay. I can get the givers off the board. Or I guess I can't get both the givers. I can get one giver off the board. Maybe that's not worth it. Probably isn't. Probably just rather Goyf and a Shadow here. I like Goyf and Shadow a lot more. I'm like put these some of these guys on the back foot. I do still have Luris I can add. Archon of Emeria. Okay. You don't say. Don't say. We drop that down for 3. And hope they don't rip a Skyclave apparition off the top. Sure. Let's go ahead and blow this up. We get the Archon out of the way, so at the very least the Thought Thief can attack. And now, do I want to play out the Seal? Yeah. I can start making life pretty awkward for these givers and Stoneforge gone. It goes to protection, that one. We say that's fine. We fatal push that one. And do we want to bounce this Sanctifier? Just so like he has to spend 2 mana playing or replaying a Sanctifier next turn. Good with that. If he wants to replay the Sanctifier. A little unfortunate there. We don't have any more green sources. Who needs green sources when you're just crashing in? Luris. Any 4th land will let us Luris plus Seal. Alright. GG's. So I guess we're putting that under just like white X axes. Lost this one. All right. Little 2020. Yeah. Good. Flooded strand pass. So, bobble. Catacombs pass. I don't want to bobble myself yet because I've got to turn one play and I don't really know what I'm looking for. Rhiome could be Rhinos. I'm assuming Rhinos at the moment. Feels like Rhinos. What's giving that impression? But go ahead and get an extra draw on their step, their turn. Alright, so I think I'm just gonna Thought Thief here and give them a chance to resolve a, what's it called? Instant speed. Cascade, Violent Outburst. Let them try to resolve a Violent Outburst. If I hit my land, this is like pretty good for me. If not, I do still have a Soaring Thought Thief that can get in here. I want to attack with both. Trade a Thieves Guild for a Rhino. A lot better though if we could find our third land. Especially because it looks like he just has a second Violent Outburst. Going for a second main. Regardless agent. Right. Alright, so what's my game plan? I know he's got Brazen Borrower. Only card I know in hand. So am I saying Brazen Borrower's fine? If you do that, I can interact. Am I supposed to be playing a threat here? Like, if I play Seal Shadow and he casts a Violent Outburst... Nah, I think we just pass the mana. If I play Seal Shadow and he passes... Or he casts Violent Outburst and he gets untap and maybe... supposed to kill the Rhino now. I can untap after this turn with Thought Thief that can block the Brazen Borrower. Yep. I've got Seal for a Rhino, Fatal Push for a Rhino. If we find this elusive third land, we can have Shadow up too. Alright. Get Swamp here. Play Shadow. A Seal. I just force a negation my Seal. Alright. They're out of cards. Go ahead and push a Rhino. That's 3 Force of Negations gone. Go attacks. Three Force of Negations, 2 Rhinos gone. It's another Violent Outburst. Crusher. Okay. So I attack with Shadow. He has to block with Bone Crusher. We're just leaving it up to his top deck. So I could... I think I'm just main phase drowning the locking the Shardless Agent. Just saying, like, I'm dead to a burn spell. You're dead if it's not one. Survey says. A Brazen Borrower. Gotta be a brazen borrower. Subtlety. Yep. Don't have any way of answering subtlety here, so gets to block with it. And my passing Armagoyf. There you go. Burn spell, I die. Cool. Alright, on to game 2. The old Rhinos. Surgical's looking pretty good here. Void Mirror looks good here. EE and Flusterstorm are all good. Trophies, meh. Corrupt Decay. How much are we considering Blood Moon? That's been a card that's kind of like messed us up a little bit out of this deck before. So I want to at least be weary of it. Like, not to the point of, oh my god, they're playing Blood Moon, stop the presses, but... like, if I think my counter spells are enough, I probably don't need to worry about it. Take out push, because I've just got more efficient ways of dealing with it. Playing surgical, so I want to see how it is here. Thief. Veal our Pokemon. Thieves Guild and Thought Thief. I think I gotta ship this. 4 lands, no interaction. If I had a surgical, maybe I could keep it, but... not suspending a Rhino is nice. Alt Disease is nice. Armagoyf is nice. All around, we enjoy these things. Fire and Ice. Am I just taking Shardless Agent here? Like, they're gonna ice one of my lands turn 2. Like, I know that. Yeah, we'll just take Shardless. I don't think I end up surgicaling Shardless, but... there's a pretty good chance they just, like, get the first set of Rhinos down. Ice, yep. Be mana efficient and just like exile the Shardless Agent now. I think I'd rather make sure that I get some amount of Rhinos. Get some Rhinos. Never lucky. How goes it? Here we're playing some Sultai Shadow Rogues. Little Death Shadow, little Rogue, Sultai. You know. Alright, so if they go for a Violent Outburst here. Okay, sure. Kind of funny, but they actually would have been better off exiling their own yard. Would have shrunk Goyf to a 3/4, but because they exiled mine, Goyf's still bigger than Endurance. Shrinking their own yard also works really well against the rogues. So if I block this, taking this. Spend a foot. Alright. So I'm gonna have to block the Bone Crusher this next time. I could just Flusterstorm it here. Trying to get paid off there. Alright. I'm assuming they have another Stomp. Alright, so they've got Footfalls coming off in 3 turns. Thought Thief, when I go to attack my next turn, is going to enable itself. Sure. In that case, I just get to add Luris here. I think that's... Yeah, adding Luris here is definitely better than sitting on Snap Flusterstorm. I'm just really hoping that this Rhinos out of their yard is the first one that they see. Or, not out of the yard, out of Suspend. I can Luris plus Goyf. And after this, I'm like hard sitting on Snap Flusterstorm. I guess not too much, because I would like to see or I'd like to cast Thought Thief out of the yard if possible. Not see that one coming. Rhino's coming next turn. Of the gods. Alright. So I do want to make sure that I surgical Rhinos on their upkeep here. Am I paying life to do that? No. So Footfalls gets cast. Still on their upkeep. Surgical Footfalls. Bone Crusher. Okay. So they did bring in Blood Moons. Still have 4 Brazen Borrowers, another Endurance, 2 Fury. Kind of get an idea of what all their threats they have available are. So, Inquisition, he stomps. I snap Flusterstorm the stomp. That would be 1, 2, 3, 4 spells cast. Inquisition. Stomp. Ice. The card. So do I need to snap Flusterstorm the ice? Yeah. Guess he can stomp the Snapcaster. That Anger of the Gods got me bad. Oh, sure. Can't top deck a Fury. Can, but he can't play it. Void Mirror, you're a little late. I don't want to show him Void Mirror. Looked like Brazen Borrower was the only answer that he had to Void Mirror. So down to 2. Shadow or Goyf off the top. Not that one. Alright. What am I changing up for game 3? I saw Mystical Dispute. Mystical Dispute Endurance. Got that add crime and punishment. Anger of the Gods. Surgical looked like it could have been better. Like, if we get a really aggressive rogue start, I could see Surgical being a lot better. Like, do I want to bring in all the fatal pushes or keep them in, just like take out some of the rogue stuff and say I'm going to focus on just killing rhinos? Is that worth it? Don't have a good answer. Do I want to keep in Abrupt Decay so that I have an answer to Blood Moon? Let's try the kill rhino plan. It has 4 legs and moves. We're going to try to end its existence. Don't think this is it. Right. Guess we can just like go ahead and start playing around Blood Moon. Falls in case we top deck a Surgical. What was their top deck? All right. That to be hand disruption. Maybe not. Borrower, force. Outburst. Like they're just going for the outburst here. Needed that third land. So like at any point if I tap down to kill the borrower, they're just gonna get to resolve Rhinos. Oh, I can't believe they passed there. Okay. Another borrower. One down, 2 Rhinos down. Now they still have a borrower and a force of negation. So hit a couple lands. All right. Cast this to try to stop the draw. Sure. That's the third Rhinos. Land. All right. Definitely wish we had a basic swamp or basic forest right here. But if this is like petty theft and I get to stub it and fetch up a tapped shock land here, I'm pretty happy. All right. So I know force of negation in hand and nothing else. I could decay a couple Rhinos and start attacking. I guess if they've got like a fire in hand, I can't really decay a couple Rhinos and attack. Or I can't decay a Rhino. I can't attack first. I can't decay a Rhino and attack. I could surgical for information. Like surgical take footfalls. Alright, let's do that. Let's surgical brazen borrower. My surgical footfalls. Only got 1 footfalls left in the deck, but they do have like 7 ways to find it. Surgical footfalls. This will kind of give me some information as to whether I can attack or not. Force of negation. Alright. Then I assume their last card gets more Rhino. Let's just pass. Sure. Attack with everything. On attack with everything. Go. Block shardless. A Rhino. A Rhino. The shardless. That way like a 2 damage spell doesn't kill the Tarmogoyf. Add Luris. Maltese. Not. Okay. You to draw dead. Luris, Bobble. Go ahead and crack Bobble in case we draw into a Flusterstorm. He's drawing a Stomp for this Luris. Shadow. It's worth it to play Void Mirror and go down to 3 if he attacks. Life. I don't know if I'd say turning the corner. Like, Luris was gonna turn the corner if he didn't top deck the way to remove it that turn. But like now I need 1 more creature and I can start turning the corner. Outburst I didn't really care about. Dead to like another Brazen Borrower. Dead to that. Ground would have been pretty good. But just weren't seeing threats. Gotta see, guys. Can't win the game if you're not getting your opponent to 0 life. Oh, floss indeed. Like, that deck has a whole lot of things they can do to disrupt the whole interactive plan. There's so many points in there where you just like need them to brick another turn, or you need to find a threat. It just didn't happen. I usually have a list of decks that I put in this category of like, you're not winning this match if you don't find the hate piece. And it's things like Dredge, Oops All Spells used to be in that category. Dredge, Oops. What's it called? Charbelcher was in there. Neo Brand. Decks were like, your average hand just isn't gonna be enough. And I'm wondering if we need to start putting Rhinos in that category. Like, you need to have a Void Mirror or something like that. Kahira. Not awful if it's elementals. Thinko and Grixis would be better, more one mana spells, not as clunky. Possibly. Like, I've got Grixis sort of brewed up, and we might try it after this. But it's like Grixis with Bolts, Unholy Heat, some Scourges back in, 8 commands, stuff like that. It's like a Voice of Resurgence. I'm assuming this is like Canister's Elementals list. Just like 4-color control that happens to have some elementals in it. This could very easily be Teferi or Risen Reef. Definitely need fetch lands, not basics. Like Dragon's Rage Chandler over Scourge. Everybody's got their preference. Like, the issue I keep running into with Dragon's Rage Channeler is it doesn't end the game quick enough. Like, Modern's just a format where unless you're doing some insanely powerful over-the-top finisher, you're losing because you're not getting your opponent dead. And Channeler, like, everything in the format answers it at the moment. I like it in Jund, but I'm also already maxed out on Goyfs, on Shadows, on Scourges. And then I've got, like, Channeler tacked onto there. Alright. I don't have a way to guarantee I kill this Teferi. Focus solid. Alright. That's a ditch an Unsettled Mariner. Right. Should have played the Seal of Removal before the second Shadow. That if he solituded again in response to the second Shadow, I could seal the first one. Right. That's rough for us. GG on that one. Void Mirror. A wonder if I need to be playing like a Godless Shrine or something just so I can crime if need be. I don't want Surgical. Definitely not better than anything else, though. Love to play. We lost to Rhinos last round. He did that. Okay. I can deal with this. Definitely feel like I need to go back up to the 20th land here. We've had several hands now that just kind of like stalled out at 2 lands and we couldn't double spell. So, fetch lands, still a very live draw. Taking the Risen Reef. Like, hoping to blind rip a fetch. Thieves Guild on our turn before he gets done tap. All right, what do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Maybe he drew a Solitude if he's... Well, no, because that would make sense. You'd still just add Kahira to hand. Let's go. So fetching here just in case he did draw Solitude and wants to like Solitude, or he can evoke Solitude. What am I doing? Oh, this is fine. Voice hitting the yard turns on Thieves Guild. Token. Armagoyf. Carry on. Next turn, I can decide between trophying something, adding Luris to hand. Right. Top deck like a Harbinger. I'm going to assume this is just planning to ephemerate one of the guys. Like ephemerate the Risen Reef for some extra triggers. And Am I trophying, or am I just saying I'm fine with this because you get one ephemerate trigger and I get to play Tarmogoyf? I think I can trophy because then the Thieves Guild eats this elemental. Like, you can already play a Fury, but it blanks the Risen Reef trigger. Thieves Guild eats the elemental. Yeah, I like that. Now you can Fury, kill the Thieves Guild Enforcer. The last card's an Ephemerate. He gets to eat something else, too. Or he could eat something else. Like, he could target the Shadow Ephemerate. Yeah, it wouldn't make sense that he's sitting on an Ephemerate, because he could just kill the Shadow, and the Thieves Guild Enforcer last turn didn't. Game 3. Changing anything up? Seal of Removal is only good against Voice of Resurgence. I think everything's still a little too big for Engineered Explosives. Fatal Push is an option, but I'd have to take something out. I think all my current cards are better than Fatal Push. One landers. One lander, but we're on the draw. Got a couple looks to hit the second land. So I can just Thieves Guild, mill over their Risen Reef, do it on their upkeep. Can't play. Yeah, this has got to be voice. I'm gonna say they can't play a counter unless you pay one dude. Go ahead, take this trade. Land. Right. And it's technically a land. Alright, am I thought thieving? What's my highest upside here? I guess thought thief and have them prismatic ending this. Then maybe I find another land and I get to go like Void Mirror plus Shadow or Confidant Shadow, something like that. Are gonna go for the prismatic ending. You drawing into another land. If I go Shadow, they get to go Cavern, Risen Reef, Evoke Fury. That doesn't seem great for me. Yeah, I never understood this deck. The creature seems so subpar. What's the draw? What's the draw to rogues, you mean? Drown in the lock. Drown is the draw. Here's Shadow. There you go. Can't evoke Fury. They can't evoke Solitude currently. And oh man, I can do that. I didn't even think this deck played EE. Oh. Go to 2. I can get basic swamp and crack the peatland. Gonna put me down to 1. Right? Play it on my turn. More reef triggers. Oh no, they don't. That's right. Void Mirror exists. But we're dead to like Teferi, Prismatic Ending. I have to assume they have some combination of those. Dead to that. Am I playing out the Hail Mary confidant here? All right. Well, I guess I just get on tap and Fury if they've got another land. Can't attack. Yep. Omnath. So if they like flip a land off the Risen Reef, play a fetch land, then just kill us here. Alright. Hill Scoop. 2020 into 1212. We have another 3-2 league that just felt like it was right on the verge. I guess we'll take that as meaning like we've got a decent start to something. Like, having a decent start to something is better than having no start to nothing. Like, all these games that we've lost, it felt like right on the edge. Like a draw or two away from having a good shot. Match go to. Land situation though. So Luris Mirror. Opponent's mold to at least 5. So in a Luris Mirror mold of 5, I would expect like One land, Ragavan. Removal. I can kind of do my own little mini fate seal here. Take a look at what my opponent's drawing into and then decide if I want them to have that or not with Thieves Guild. Visions of Beyond. No. Grab action. So, second land is good. Am I supposed to start getting Goyf beats down, or am I pushing the crab? I think I'm pushing the crab, honestly. Let's go get breeding pools. We've got all of our colors covered. Push the crab. Sanity. Got it. Now we've got hideous laughter for days. Down Goyf. Unfortunately, like 2 laughters is just GG's for us. Not even close. We don't have anything over 2 CMC in the deck. Start with attacking. If they decide to block, I can just flash in another Thieves Guild and kill the crab. Don't block, we play a Goyf. Now we can flash in the Thieves Guild regardless. Grab, play another Tarmogoyf. Say go. Still just sitting here hoping our opponent doesn't play Atasha's Hideous Laughter. I guess if they did right there, they'd probably die. So... I think having a sideboard slot for mill is necessary. Not particularly. Draw in case we had a removal spell for a Luris. Pretty good magic card. That's lethal still coming through, so they have to block something else. Like, especially these builds with, like, Stubborn Denial, Drown in the Lock, all that stuff. I don't think you want to have a sideboard slot for a matchup that, like, you've already got a lot of game against. If Mill were really popular, I could see Jund Shadow having a sideboard slot. But even it, I think, isn't the worst against Mill. So go ahead and fetch, get our other Watery Grave. Can't archive trap me until after I've finished searching. So my stubbing and archive trap. Mainly because he hasn't shown like a laughter so far. Right? So if he's got like a Drown in the Lock for Tarmogoyf, I can flash in this other Thieves Guild. That. Alright. Good old Mill. Flusterstorm, Nihil. EE's an option. Crime and Punishment's an option if I just want something to like mass take out crabs. I don't think I want Seal of Removal here. Everything else is kind of fine. We're like a little weak to crab. Demonkin, thank you so much for the follow. Hope you're having an awesome, what is it, Wednesday? Awesome Wednesday so far. Appreciate you coming around and hanging out. Thoughtseize. Definitely a hand that's weak to crab. We do have a Drown though, so Bunzilla, thank you so much for the follow. Hope you're also having an awesome Wednesday so far. And is not great. Just take round. Nice. How about you? Can't complain. I get to sit here and play Magic. Assuming they're just going to go ahead and throw out this Soul Guide Lantern. Let's take an archive trap so we can search. And I'll just go ahead and do that. So we're not, they've got field run so they can make us search whenever anyway. I guess I could have, like, taken the... Yeah, I could have taken the Blood Chief's Thirst and let them cast the Archive Trap and Flusterstormed it. But I'm liking how this is turning out. Now I'll just get to Snap Thought, seize the Luris. Did find a Fractured Sanity. So they can mill me with it, or mill me for a chunk with that one. It's gonna cycle it. Wonder why they'd cycle that. Like, they have the third blue source. They can just cast it. They're really about cycling these Fractured Sanities. Like, I really question if they know that they can just, like, pay 1 more mana, mill 10 more cards. Okay. Oh, man. So our 2 losses were to Rhinos and Elementals. I think the Rhinos matchup we should have done better against. Elementals is pretty rough. Just like a go wide, fairly aggressive creature deck. But I think for the most part, like, Rogues kind of held its own there. Soaring Thought Thief, I'd probably say was the weaker of the Rogues. I think Thieves Guild did a little bit more. Seal of Removal didn't really come up that match. Took out a Rhino. That's about the extent of it. We never saw Confidant in a situation where we could play it out. Goyf was great. Ground was great. In the sideboard, Flusterstorm was great. We didn't see an oof matchup. We didn't see punishment in, like, the one matchup we brought it in. Void Mirror was great. EE, I don't think, no, we saw EE against the Urza deck. It was good. Surgical was definitely iffy. Like, Surgical didn't even feel good against the Rhino deck because there's such a reliance on, like, having the Rogues out early, and they've got all of the fires, stomps, things like that that can just, like, take Rogues off the field in the first couple of turns. I don't think Surgical is really where I want to be there. Like, if you Surgical, or if you are on the play and you can Thought Seize a Crashing Footfalls out of hand, Surgical seems great. Otherwise, looks kind of underwhelming. But